All right, guys, welcome back to a new episode of Making Picks. I am Nate Cheat. I'm here with Mark, as well as special guest and new host, Will. What's going on, guys?
What's going on, man? How's everything?
It's going great. So a little
Doing
bit
doing
about this
good,
show.
doing good, man.
Yeah, a little bit about this show is we're going to go through, make picks on statementgames.com. For this week is going to be total, excuse me, win totals for the NFL teams, over unders, that kind of thing for week one. So with that,
You all
Mark,
right
why
there?
don't you take it away? You have a special offer for everyone, and if you play statement games, go for it.
Well, you know what? I mean, it's definitely been kind of like a very kind of like a hectic summer. A lot of different things taking place on the business end of statement games, and we're going to be trying a couple of different things new, starting with the 2021 NFL season. So yeah, kind of like looking forward to it. We'll see kind of like how it goes here. It's pretty much like the same rules as we've actually kind of like done in the past. Can't really stress this enough here. Statement Games is just a game. You can access it at statementgames.com. We are in the process of licensing our technology out to some other partners, so we might be featuring some of the other partner platforms as we get deeper into the year. But all in all, it's really it's just a game. It's free to play. We'll have like a little bit of fun with it here. So yeah, I mean, same stuff here. We're gonna be focusing on a specific event or a contest. We'll present people with a bunch of props that they can actually pick from. You pick 10 of them, rank them from 10 through 1. You'll get points for picks that come correct over the course of that specific event. And if you do well enough here, there should be some cool prizes that you can actually compete for week one here. Obviously, a whole bunch of Statement Games coins that are up for grabs that can always be exchanged or redeemed for a cash prize of your choice. So, if you want to go ahead and pull it up here, I know we kind of like talked about a couple of different things kind of like before, and through some of the new contacts that you've actually made over the past summer, and some of the things that we're kind of like talking about here, we're seeing a lot of buzz and a lot of interest and a lot of momentum to continue to be gained around the sports card kind of like trading business and things like that. So obviously, we're going to be talking about week one. We'll quickly kind of like parlay that into the official first game of the season, which will be next Thursday night, Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus kind of like Dallas Cowboys. Tom Brady's kind of like back in action again here. And just take a look at over here. I just kind of like pulled up like a recent kind of like comp, and some of these things are kind of like crazy, kind of like out of control. But if you take a look at his 2000 Bowman, I believe that that is his kind of like his rookie card. PSA graded this one as a Gem Mint 10. Winning bid $2,000 on the 19th of kind of like August. So I wanted to kind of like obviously week one, Brady back in action again, defending Super Bowl champions. Of course, he's on the Buccaneers and not necessarily the Patriots. But I kind of figured with the game that we're going to highlight right now, in addition to we'll have the Thursday night game and the Buccaneers and the Cowboys. But anybody who can actually go 10 for 10 with their picks for the week one game, which we'll go over in a second, plus 10 for 10 with their picks for the Cowboys Buccaneers game. So you got to get 20 picks in a row right. Not a lot of room forever. But if you happen to go that, I'll come to the table with $2,000. I'll buy you a nice PSA 10 Tom Brady 2000 kind of like Bowman card, and we'll tack that on as the grand prize in addition to the coins that you can always exchange for rewards, moving forward. And I think the goal of this show, kind of moving forward, every single week we want to focus in on a card just to kind of like add some more juice to what we're kind of like talking about. But I don't know about you guys here, but I've been learning a lot more. I've been getting back into learning more about this kind of like hobby. I was big into cards when I was like a kid here. It's just pretty interesting to see a card, and there's a lot of them, especially when you're kind of like looking at like north of the year 2000, go for thousands of kind of like dollars. I always thought prior to like the summer and things like that, when you're looking at cards that are in the $1,000 or multi-$1,000 price range here, you got to be looking at like a 1956 Mickey Mantle or something like that here, and that's completely not the case with the way this industry is going. So we'll be learning more about this stuff here. We'll be touching upon it on like a weekly basis, but yeah, that's kind of like where we're going. I'll be just curious to see what you guys' thoughts on this specific card going for $2,000.
I think it's undervalued, man. I think that
right,
rookie
too.
card. Let me tell you something, man. That rookie card, Tom Brady, especially, and you got to consider the fact that he's not even done playing yet, right? I mean,
Correct.
he's
Yeah.
coming off a Super Bowl win last year against Kansas City, which I thought it was going to go the other way. It didn't. And who knows? They may be able to repeat, especially considering the fact that they got 22 starters coming back that came back, and they look hungry. They had an opportunity to do OTAs, mini camps, preseason games. So just who knows what's if another Super Bowl ring is in store for Brady before he gets out of here, man. But he's definitely a first ballot Hall of Famer, no doubt, no question about it. So I think that a 2,000, even though it may look like a hefty price, that's still undervalued. Still undervalued.
Oh, absolutely. And just think about it. That card is legally allowed to drink. It is 21 years old. And that guy is still in the league. Like crazy. I don't even but $2,000. I mean, yeah, like Will said, really is going to be undervalued. That thing's still going to go up in value as Brady keeps doing what he's doing, and then eventually retires, goes to obvious first ballot Hall of Famer, breaking the Hall of Fame. When he shows up there, there's no one like him really right now. That you can compare him to, really. So no, that is awesome. It's really cool getting into the NFL playing cards and looking to see where we take that, going forward into the future. But let's jump over and get into making picks, which is the title of the show. And so we're going to kick this off. We are talking about the week 1 games, the week 1 matchups, all the prop bets over for the team total points and over unders and wins. So let's kick this off with Mark. You like to take the first pick, so I'll let you have it.
All right. So, I mean, we spoke a little bit about this kind of yesterday. There's kind of 4 teams that I'm keying in on, especially as we kind of start the season. I think the name of the game here, especially from a prop betting perspective here, I'm looking for a couple of teams that have a realistic shot of taking down kind of Kansas City while giving me kind of a nice return on the end. I'm also looking for a team to kind of take down Tampa Bay. So if you take a look at kind of Tampa Bay plus 300 to get back to the conference kind of championship game. As we get throughout the year, I'm looking for some nice kind of prices that can kind of help me achieve that goal here. And since it is something that I am leading off with, and full disclosure, I am a New York Giants season ticket holder. So for at least
let's go.
So for at least week 1, there's absolutely no way that I am not going to be taking the Denver Broncos will not win by over 1.5 points as my top pick.
Loved it, man. Die hard Giants fan as well, man. I mean, you're talking about looking
for at least week 1. I mean, a long kind of go here, but plus, week. I'm not we're plugging other sports books and things like that, but taking a look at the Caesar Sportsbooks lines and taking a look at lines like my bookie, Giants, plus 3,000, I think is a nice price. Not because I actually think it's a great kind of football team here. Division isn't that necessarily that strong here. If you can actually win that division, you're definitely looking at least kind of one home kind of playoff game here. It's not that far out of the realm here to see a team like that to get on a little bit of a roll, find their way into a big kind of game here. But hey, you know what? It starts with week 1, playing at home. A lot of expectations for the season here, so I'll take the home team getting 1.5 points and going from there.
Nice. All right, well, what are you thinking?
Love it, man. So listen, I'm going to start off with the first game. We got the Dallas visiting Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and like I said, they're coming off a Super Bowl win. They got all their players back. Don't know really what's going on with Dak, so I think that that line, that 6.5 point line, is looking kind of tasty. So let me get the Tampa Bay is going to win by 6.5 points or more for Thursday night.
Yeah, that's a tough spot for Dallas to open up the season with. I kind of agree with you. I don't want to. I mean, that's a lot of points, kind of like in week 1, especially not necessarily knowing, what these teams can look like. But I think that's a tough spot for Dallas to be walking into.
Yeah, no, I agree. So I'm going to key in on my home team as well, but might not be in the same vein as y'all. So San Francisco 49ers and the Detroit Lions. I believe this is a home game for Detroit. And even so, I have no faith in them with this. And a 7.5 point line is kind of hefty, but that defense is like Swiss cheese. Now, I will say this could be a trap game. This could be something where I don't know. I'm not really a big Jimmy G guy, though he is Jimmy GQ, so he is good on the eyes, but not so much on the football field. So it depends on if he comes out looking soft. Maybe Trey Lance comes in early, but I will say that I like San Francisco for over a touchdown to win that game. So that's where I'm at there. Let's go back up to Will.
All right, let's take it to Miami at New England, if we can here. So, recent news: Cam Newton no longer the starter. They announced that a rookie, Mac Jones, is going to be the leading quarterback starting off the season. You got two former Alabama quarterbacks who have won a national championship in college, pretty much facing off against each other. I'm going to lean on the defense for Miami to go ahead and take care of business. I know that New England is favored right now, so give me Miami to go ahead and win. Cover that spread that weekend. So I'm definitely going with Miami at New England. Will not win over 2.5 points.
Awesome. All right, Mark.
All right, kind of like sticking kind of the rookie theme here. I'm sure Will is going to become a little bit more accustomed to my line of thinking as we progress with these shows here. I can't stand rookies. I can't. I hate them, especially at the quarterback position here. So I'm kind of like taking a look at this Jacksonville Houston game here. And I know that Houston's got all this kind of like turmoil and they got their own kind of problems here. But when was the last time Jacksonville ever actually won a game? So not only do they don't win games, you got a rookie quarterback kind of like starting. I understand the kid's got a lot of talent and high expectations for Lawrence this year, but they're opening up on the road in Houston, and plus they're giving 3.5 kind of points here. I don't kind of see it. So give me the Jacksonville Jaguars will not win by 3.5 points.
All right. I realize I messed up. I was supposed to take 2 picks, but Mark, you can go ahead and take a second one if you want, or we can pass on to Will.
Let's just kind of continue with this thing. I was actually going to point that out, but it's all right. Let's go back kind of a little, and then we'll kind of sneak back up. Yeah.
Sounds good. Go for it, Will.
All right, let's take it to Pittsburgh at Buffalo. Very high on Buffalo this year. I think they're going to definitely win more games than they did last year. We know that they had that Hail Mary at the very end versus Arizona that caused them to lose that game, but they were pretty much ahead of that game the whole entire season. The whole entire game, and they should have been 14 wins instead of 13 last year. But nonetheless, I like them to start off the season against Pittsburgh. Like the line again, it looks like 6.5 points is a lot, but give me Buffalo wins by over 6.5 points.
All righty. Yeah, let me see what I want to do for my next one. You know what? I'm gonna bite. I'm going to go a little bit off the script here, and I'm keying in on the Cleveland Kansas City game. Now the line at 6.5 points is kind of a lot, so that means that Kansas City has to get over get a touchdown more than Cleveland, and I think this is going to be a tight game. I really do. What I do like is both of those offenses, and I think that this has the makings of the Kansas City Rams game from a couple years ago, where they just went for a shootout. And I'm actually going to go with the point total over 52.5. I think I like that, especially for a lower pick here. That could be a sneaky play that turns out. Go for it, Will.
I like that. I actually like that. I was actually looking at that. So I'm gonna stay with the same theme. I'm gonna go with overs here. Arizona at Tennessee. Right now they're at minus 3, and then the over under is at 51 and a half points. So give me, I think it's good. This is also going to be the welcome party for Julio Jones. AJ Brown's back there. We already know about Derrick Henry and then XC Tannehill. So I think it's going to be a high scoring game as well. Give me over the 51 and a half points.
Nice. All right, Mark, take us home with the last pick, and then we'll do the final one off air to give us a little bit of an edge if people are playing against us in this contest.
You want to just fill it in for me? I mean, you know who I'm taking. Who's the most disgusting, city and football team in the world, Nathan?
The Eagles.
Green Bay.
Yeah, I was going to say it starts with a P and it ends with a Adelphia. And I mean, there's some great guys that we're kind of going to work with from a content perspective that are down in Philadelphia and just having like a little fun with it here. But again, I am a Giant season ticket holder. It is week 1. I can't stand the Eagles from a rivalry kind of perspective. But nonetheless, again, rookie quarterback kind of starting for Philadelphia, going kind of on the road here. No more Drew Brees kind of in that division. So I do kind of like Atlanta to potentially make a little bit of some noise here, especially when you're taking a look. I mean, plus 3,000. That's a big number for them to kind of I think there's just a lot of value in that in terms of them potentially getting to a possible championship game worth taking a little bit of a flyer on. But again, you're getting a rookie quarterback, a team kind of opening up in their building on the road. Definitely an emphasis by the owner for that team to kind of play better here. Just lay the points. Give me the Falcons week 1 over the Eagles.
All right.
I like that, man. I just saw something the other day. It's tough. It's tough sometimes being a NFC East fan. I mean, just some of the stuff coming out, man. I'm still kind of still have a sour taste in my mouth for that stunt that they pulled during the draft. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So, we had to think quick on our feet. We had to maneuver some things and move down the draft. So,
it's actually a good move by them. I mean, kudos to them.
It's a great move. It was a great move by them. So I'm definitely hoping for nothing but the worst for them this season.
Correct.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Okay, so we are going to leave the last pick for off air, so that gives us a little bit of a edge against our opponents in let me just check which contest this is. We're in contest 10 of the week 1 pro football pick'em. And if you see Statement Games live as a opponent, I think it's SG Live. Just know that that's us. You're playing against Mark, Will, and Nate, and that Mark came to the table with some extra value for if you win. So keep that in mind. But with that, we're gonna wrap
2
this
games.
up.
Keep in mind, two games. This one, and we'll probably it could be as early as tomorrow. I mean, we're recording on a Friday, so could be either like tomorrow or very kind of early Sunday. We will have the Tampa Bay and Dallas game up on the same platform or any of the platforms that we're working with.
Yeah, so make sure that you're playing these games. You go 10 for 10 for both of these. So 20 picks right, and you get yourself a nice shiny Tom Brady rookie card. But with that, thanks guys for coming on, doing the show, and we look forward to doing this every Friday. So you guys out there, make sure you're tuning in. Follow at Statement Games on all social media. Subscribe on YouTube, Statement Games Inc. And of course, play statementgames.com or on your mobile device, App Store, Google Play, all that kind of stuff. So until next week, see you guys.